Hi, everybody. If I could have your attention just for a minute. Um, I Last night I was making a rag doll. This is really a rag doll. It's just using rags. And but then after I did her this way, first I had made her all out of this here fabric. But then I couldn't see her legs, and so then I bandaged up her arms and legs, in which then gave me another idea of how I can do this rag doll because I think it's just cool. I love it. I got pins in her bandages right now, but I don't want her to look like she's bandaged. So I'm going to now try it in go another little direction. I'm going to use these two fabrics. This one I'm going to make her main body, and then this one I'm going to make this dress. So I do have some fabric that is not scraps, but I've had them around for so many eons that I don't mind cutting them up. Okay, so I'm going to take and I'm going to first what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the body. So I'm going to need strips like this. So I'm going to just rip strips. So I'm going to need 1, 2, 3. Let's see, I'm going to need 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I just need 6. Hopefully. I'm making them a little wide. They're about 2 inches wide because I'm going to braid these. And I'm going to braid them for the arms and legs. Okay, now let me do this one first. I'm going to take three strips and just braid them. So what I'll do first is just, oh, you know what, I won't tie them in a knot. I'm going to use thread. I'll use some of this thread just because there it is. Oop, there it is. Okay, and then so I'm going to thread this. I'm going to just tie a knot in the end here. A good tie. Give it a good tie. And I'll just give it a good tie there. This is going to be for her main body. And then I'm just going to braid it. I picked this one because it was mostly like a skin color, and it wasn't real busy. It's got some stars in it, but as you can see, as I get it braided, it's kind of really, I think it looks just fine. And so I'm just going to braid this the length of, and then the length of the strips, and see what we have. And so, and I'm sure you all know how to braid, especially if you have long hair. I'm sure you braided your hair even when you was young. When you was young, yeah, young and brave and had energy and time. Okay, so got some strings here. Put in my scrap pile there. Okay, so now I will tie the end, and this was in the width. I tore them the width of the fabric. The width of the fabric. Okay, so then I'll take another little piece here, and I will tie the ends. In a knot. I'll just get them tied. There, get that tied so it won't come unbraided. We don't want it to come unbraided. All right, so then okay, what I'm going to do now is, I think I'm going to tie a knot up here. And get that knot right in the center. So I knotted my, hi sweetie.
Hi.
Okay, so that's going to be her arms. Now I'm thinking, because that's her arms, that I'm going to need to have, this isn't going to be long enough for the body. So I'm going to...
Watch your people?
No, we're not going to watch Pink Fong right now.
Mm.
No, Mina's busy right now. I'm sorry, sweet cheeks. We'll watch Pink Fong later. Well, that piece won't work because it was not straight. Well, I need 3 pieces now that I'm going to need to braid for the body. All right. My little one, usually she's not here during the day this week because Mama has class, but now she's classing from home today, so Kaya's here. Okay, so one thing, you're a nurse. If you ever change, when you're a nurse, you constantly going through classes for updates and things. So she's got classes this whole week. Okay. So now we have this. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to braid this. This one will be a little bit longer. But I can always shorten it. If it's too short, I can't make it longer, but if it's too long, I can make it shorter. And so I've looked at many different YouTube videos for ragdolls, and there are many different ragdolls, but most of them have all really close to the same idea. And so I took the main idea and I went with a few little changes or additions. But still, there's no sewing. No sewing, there's no gluing. All there is you just have your rags, and from rags to riches. So I should pause this until I get done braiding. Pause. Okay, we're going again. Now I got that strip braided, so I will tie that off at the end. So we'll see how this works out. I'm going to tie this one in the middle as well, I think. Oh, I got a couple of fingernails I gotta go get blood work at 1. So I gotta make sure my finger... Okay, so then I can take... I'm gonna just trim her little feet. That's like her little toenails. She needs a toenail trim. Okay, let's just get those strings out of the way. Okay, good. So now I'm going to tie a knot up at right in the center. Get that knot right in the center, like this. Okay, Now I've got that knot there, and then I've got this knot right here, which is in the arms. Okay, then let's see. How did I do that on this one? Okay, how did I do that? Okay, I'm going to... It looks kind of wonky right now, doesn't it, right there? It's because it is wonky. That's why. How did I do? See, I'm trying to remember now because I did this one last night. And I'm trying to remember. I know I tied them both in a knot because I wanted some substance for her middle. Okay, I'm gonna tie this. Did I tie two knots up here? You know, I think I did. Because this knot is actually going to be her head. Okay, yeah, I tied two knots, knot. Okay, and then, yeah, okay. Then I'm going to just take a piece of thread and I'm going to tie right under her head, like that's going to be her neck. Okay, now, and then this one is going to go right across here, and that's going to be her arms. So, let's see, how will I do that? I might have this all done wrong. Well, no, it's not wrong, because I don't have no directions. I'm making my own directions. Okay, now I'm going to tie this right here. Okay, so then, gosh, she looks like an octopi. Okay, let's see what we're going to do here now. Wait a minute, how come this looks so weird? Just because it's weird, that's why. Okay, now, okay, yeah, we're good. It's going to have to just be what it is. Now, okay, now, y'all hang on while now she's got, her legs are too short and her arms are too long. It turns out they're all the same. That's okay, we're going to leave it like that. Now I'm going to tear this. I won't tear it all online, on screen, or whatever it is. I'm going to be tearing. Boy, this whole thing is cut crazy. Cut crazy. Okay, so I'm going to, yeah. I'm going to cut a bunch of strips. Tear a bunch of strips. I won't make you watch me do all them. So I'm going to pause while I rip. I'm going to pause while I rip. And then once I'm done ripping, I'll be back right there in your face. So hang on then. Okay, I have them all torn. I have my strips torn. And I don't know how many I have here. I just have a handful. And so, let's see. Well, now I got all these threads. Good night noise. And so I'm just going to get these all together now. All together now. All together now. Let's see. Yeah, I've already had my shower and I got myself ready to go get my blood work, which is a pain in the neck when I have to go. I don't like going, but I gotta go get this blood work every 4 weeks because of the blood thinner thing. Hopefully they don't have to change anything. And so I'm sure if any of you are on a blood thinner, you know the whole story of having to have your PT-INR done every 4 weeks. And then tomorrow, me and Papa both have to go get our regular blood work done. Oh God, I got these threads. Oh, but this too shall pass. It's the only bad thing about growing old. I guess if I just don't go to the doctor for anything, it would be better. But then I might not still be alive today. So hey, well, I'll go. Darn it. Let's pause this again. Okay, I have 10 strips here, but they're much longer than what I need. So to see how much I need is I need each one of my strips to be, if I fold them in half, I need them to be about as long as the length of the doll. So I'm going to cut, I'm going to cut them right in half. So I'll end up with 20 strips. Okay. My strips are about 20 inches long, 21 inches. So then, this is something that is seen on all the little rag dolls, is we start by putting down a strip and then putting up another strip, like a cross or an X. Trying to cross them over right in the center, like this way. And then you will continue to put these strips, crossing them over in the center, and just try to keep them all equal. And I can do that, sure, I can do that. So then I'm going to use up all, will I need all these strips? I don't know. The more strips you put, though, the more strips you add, the fuller your doll is going to be, its little dress. So, but I do not believe I'm going to use all these strips. So this is pretty much, you just kind of go, all right, I think that's it. I still have a little bunch of strips here that I'm not using. I'm going to put them right down there. Now I'm going to take my doll and I'm going to get my hand up underneath these strips like this. I'll put my doll head right in the middle. And then that first knot that I made, that I said was her head, I'm going to take that knot now. And I'm going to, oh, here's where I'm going to need to have, you know what, I wonder if I can tear this strip in half so it's not so wide. There we go. Now I'm going to tie that strip around her to form her neck. Okay, so there I did that. So now I'm going to, now I want to find her arms, pull one of the arms out one side, one of the arms out the other side. Wait a minute, I gotta look, wait a minute, no I don't have to do that. Yep, her dress is going to be too long. So now that second knot that was on her arms, then that gives her a little bit of bulk in her torso. Some of us like a little bulk in our torso. So I'm turning my fabrics over so the right sides are showing up here. All right, now. So now I'm going to take another piece here and tie that around her waist. Now for these ragdolls, because I have watched quite a few different episodes from different crafters, I have seen different ways. Although they're all very similar, they're different. Although they're similar, they're different. Okay. This stuff is just, I'm going to end up having to cut quite a bit of the length off of these, but that's okay because then that will go. I'm just pulling her legs down there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another strip here. And, oh, first what I have to do is I need to, let me see. I don't want her head to be the same color as her, no, I need a little bit wider of a piece there. Where's my fabric? Where's that fabric? I'm going to cut a piece. See, I'm one who does not do plans ahead of time. I'm telling you, I'm the goofy one of the class. I'm the class clown, I'll admit it. Okay, now I want that to be sort of round. So I'm going to make it sort of round. Okay, sort of round. Now I'm going to go put that over her little head. So now her head is going to be the same color as her little arms and her little legs. Don't worry, she can still breathe. Okay, so now I'm going to use a piece of the blue and I'm going to tie that around. Now this is a rag doll. These rag dolls come from primitive, very primitive days. And there was no Walmart out there on Little House on the Prairie. And so this comes from the very primitive days. And okay, so now what I want to do is, okay, we're going to take that strip and we're going to go around. Okay, we're going to cross. Wait a minute, I remember. Now, I remember how I did this. Yes, we're going to go around her waist and then up over, around her waist and then up over her shoulder. And then back around her waist. And I wonder if I can get it enough to go back to the front. Back to the front. Okay, and then I'll tie that. And that kind of finishes up her little bodice there. Okay, I still have stuff showing here. So I'm going to go back across. See, now I am so just doing this as it comes to mind, as I see what has to be covered. There, okay, see, I seen that I had to have some more of that fabric covered, the brownish fabric when I covered her head. So I'm going to just now and I crossed over again and did that little crossover style. You could make yourself a dress like this, sure. Okay, now let's put that like that there. Now her dress is definitely too long. She cannot walk with all this dress. So now I'm going to just, and because I like scraps, look at these. These are perfect for things I do with them. Her dress is still a little bit long, but that's going to be fine. And I can go around and twist these pieces so that I see the right side more than I see the wrong side. You can do that. All right, so then now I want her to have a little something on her head. So then you can take another. Now on the, where did I put her? See, this one here, I just found a different kind of fabric and put. And even on this one, I don't have that right. But anyway, well, there is no right or wrong on this, so we'll just give her like a little headband here. Which is her front and which is her back? I don't know. I think this would have to be, now if I make this her back, it looks like she's got the hunchback. This, and if I make this her front, then it looks more like, I gotta get my little letter opener here and stuff that little wad of fabric in there. Okay. Then she looks like she's got like a little bosom there. She had little implants. Okay, let's go here, and then I'm going to take this, and I'm going to tie it around her head like a little huivy. You know what a huivy is? It's a scarf, but it's a Finnish word for a scarf. Okay, so there, now she's got that tied around her little head. Now she's basically finished here. You can actually spread her little skirt out here a little bit so that you can like see her little, see how on this one it kind of like you can see her legs down in there. It's like she's got like a fancy dress, you know. And this one here, I could do that same way so you can see her little legs. I really need to trim her skirt a little bit more. I'm going to trim her skirt a little bit more. You see how perfectly I do everything? I do everything perfect. Okay, I'm a perfect idiot. Okay, now that's better. Now I can see her feet coming out the bottom. And so she's just a little ragdoll. Now if you wanted to sew or glue or anything, you can give her like a little bow up here, or maybe add, you know, just little trinkets of some kind on her. But but you can, her arm, you know what, I think her arms are too long. It makes her look like an orangutan. So I am going to use this fabric right here. I do not want her to look like an orangutan, them long old arms. So I'm just going to tie this piece of fabric right there. It matches her dress. She wants to be all coordinating. And then I'll take this piece and I'm going to tie that. What time is it? 11:16. Okay. Now I might have her arms too short and she's going to look like a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Okay, and then now I'm just going to give her a little surgical procedure here. That's much better. Those arms were too long. Now this is her. This is how she looks. And this is without any extra embellishments or anything. And if I had just like any kind of anything in the Browns collection of fabrics, if you have anything that doesn't have any decoration on them, like this has these red stars all over it. If I had just a plain color like that in anything of the Browns or any solid color, and it don't even have to be solid color, but I think she's pretty just like this. And this is just tying, just scrap fabrics, just tying strips of fabrics. And maybe she needs like some jewels or something. I could put a little necklace on her, make her a little necklace or something there. Anything goes, I'm telling you. Look at this, I got this little piece. So if I wanted to, look at there, I could give her a diamond necklace. Pretty. So you can go as far as you want with these little dolls like this. And that's what we have. The little dollies. And those are just rag dolls. And there's no sewing, there's no, all I did was cut the fabric up or tore it up or whatever up it did. Okay, so anyway, that's that for now. And then with that, I'm going to give you a little something to listen to. We'll get Helen Steiner Rice. And let's see. Let me just... A prayer for patience. Oh my word. And that is something I need in my life, is patience. Okay. God, teach me to be patient. Teach me to go slow. Teach me how to wait on you when my way I do not know. Teach me sweet forbearance when things do not go right, so I remain unruffled when others grow uptight. Teach me how to quiet my racing, rising heart, so I may hear the answer you are trying to impart. Teach me to let go, dear God, and pray undisturbed until my heart is filled with inner peace and I can learn your will. Now that is a very good one, and yes, I need patience in my life just to stay with life. What you up to, Papa?
I just come to kiss your head.
You just came to kiss me on the head. Well, where's my mouse? Oh, there's my mouse. Okay, I ask God to watch over you every step you take, every move you make, keep you safe and secure, keep you happy, healthy, and humble. And may God watch over you every step you take. Did I already say that? In every move you make. And always, too, no matter how hard life gets, stay another day. God bless.